Great. So, welcome everyone to day 6 of EFT and surrender. My name is Jamie. I'm back here again, letting Rev have one more day off before we bring her back to close out our next couple of days. So, welcome to everyone who is here. I'm happy to say we made it to Facebook today as well. So, I will be watching both as best I can, so bear with me. But as I was prepping for this morning and trying to, just kind of get a focus or direction for what we would work on today, I was guided to all about, we were talking about yesterday, especially in the day before, a lot of control, a lot of overwhelm of, giving up control and doing God's work. So today I was guided to really focus on, our connection to source or God. Again, you can change it to whatever words work for you. So, are we afraid to connect? Do we trust our connection? And do we trust enough to rest? Because I feel, and I know for one person in here and also myself, we're kind of hitting that deeper release phase, even physically, starting to feel the release now as well. So the card I pulled, which I love, how it all works together. This is from the Universal Wisdom deck. I haven't used this deck in forever, but we got the meditation card. So I kind of like that in the theme of, what better way to connect, right? And to rest. So without further ado, as you guys are guided and able, just placing your hand over your heart. We're just going to take a nice deep centering breath in. And just releasing anything that might not be feeling so good right now. And with this breath in, we're just really going to focus on connecting into our physical body. And again, just releasing what's not serving us in this moment. And with this next breath, we're going to breathe in the possibilities. We're going to breathe out any doubt. And again, breathing in the possibilities. And breathing out any blocks or doubt. And as always, if anything comes up for you guys, or you're getting any feedback, anything coming up, feel free to put it in the chat or post it on the Facebook. And I want to make sure my volume's down. We'll address that as well. So again, I was really guided to tune in and just really work on our connection today. Excuse me, our connection with Source. And I'm pulling up, I have some little notes here that I wanted to use, so bear with me. And for our first round, again, just really want to focus on, the fear that we may have around trusting God. Are you afraid to trust God? How do you feel about trusting God? So just kind of tuning into that. One more time, placing your hand over your heart and taking a nice deep breath in. And letting it out. And we'll begin tapping on the side of the hand. Even though fear is keeping me from trusting God, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And again, a reminder, you can switch God out for whatever feels right for you. And even though I don't want to get over not trusting God, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though it's not okay for me to trust God, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though it is not safe for me to trust God, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't feel like I deserve to follow God, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I don't even believe that I can follow God, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. A nice deep breath in. And, oh, sorry, I was reading a comment. We'll go start top of the head. And for those that may have not been here yesterday or saw yesterday, I do tend to do a little different than Rev with my tapping points. So I'm afraid to trust God. It's not safe for me to trust God. I don't want to trust God. I'm afraid to trust God. I'm afraid to surrender to trusting God. What if I let God down? It doesn't feel safe to surrender to God. Because what if I let God down? And a nice deep breath in. And you guys can feel free to tap anything or type anything in. The reason why I only went one round on that one is because somebody had brought up something very good about, they trust God, but they don't necessarily trust themselves so much. So we're going to go side of the hand. And forgive me, I feel a sneeze brewing. So if I sound a little stuffy at the moment, I'm trying to hold it back. Even though it's hard for me to surrender, even though I trust God, I don't trust myself. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though it doesn't feel safe to surrender, and I'm afraid to give up control because I can't be trusted, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't trust myself. So it makes it really hard for me to surrender. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I can't be trusted, and it causes me to feel like I have to control even more, I have to control myself. I have to control my surroundings. I have to control other people because it's not safe to surrender, because I can't be trusted. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And a nice deep breath in. We're going to go top of the head. I can't be trusted. I can't be trusted. I don't trust myself. What if I let God down? What if I surrender and I fail? What if I make the wrong choices? I can't be trusted. I'm afraid I'll let God down. I'm going to go back up top again. I'm afraid to trust myself. I'm afraid of failing others. I'm afraid of failing myself. I'm afraid of failing God. I'm afraid to surrender. I'm afraid to trust myself. But I know it's safe to trust myself. It is safe to trust myself. Nice deep breath in. And again, taking a moment and allowing anything that came up, feel free to tap. Or I keep saying tap in because I got tapping on the mind to type in. And also for anyone watching in the Facebook, or feel free to type in as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Somebody said, God is me. Me is God. No, Janice, and not that I'm aware of. I'm not sure. Before that round, we had one. Oh, shoot, I said your name. Darn it, I was feeling so good. I'm sorry, we're having a little tech issue on the back end. All right. Did anybody else have anything come up? Or I just want to get down to my other little notes here, so bear with me. I'm sorry, guys, it's Sunday. Okay. I'm trying to work so I can read my notes and tap at the same time. All right. Yeah, all professionalism has kind of gone out the window this Sunday morning. But again, one of the other things I wanted to touch base on, not trusting myself at a core. Oh wait, let me revisit these. All right, I was thinking if I trust God, I will get disconnected from Earth and my Zoom disconnected. So I'm curious if you're willing to elaborate on that a little more to my one that got disconnected. If you're willing to, put a little more in on if you trust God, or is it basically like you feel like if you trust God, you'll die, or what that is? Somebody else said that not trusting God and not trusting not trusting God, not trusting myself hit a chord. Somebody else where it feels smooth as if some letting go is happening. Good. Yay to that. And I'm just giving a moment to see if the other person wanted to elaborate. Facebook is quiet. You guys would crack up. For those who don't know, I am a manifesting generator and I have like 3 boxes, 3 windows I'm looking at the same time on my computer. I have my phone down here. I'm like watching all these little things. So I love that. Yeah. So a follow up on the, if I trust God, I'll disconnect and leave Earth is yes, but while Zoom was down, I thought heard, no, you are just connecting from your ego mind. I'm always connected to God and the angels, which yes, we are. And it goes along with the other comment, God is me is God. I always love the breakdown of what if you one of the first names said to be had for God was Hu, Hu. So I love when we look at the word human, it's Hu, God, man, being, we are human beings, God, man, being, or God, whoa, man, being. But yeah, so I always think of that. Sorry. So this feels like some good stuff. All right. So as you guys are ready, again, just a nice deep centering breath. Even though if I trust God, I'll get disconnected from Earth and I'm afraid I'll die. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though sometimes I get confused and I mistake my mind for God, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And sometimes in my confusion, it makes it so I don't feel safe to trust myself. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I made some bad choices in my past, or at least what feel like bad choices to me, so it doesn't feel safe to trust myself, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though there are times I allow my mind and my ego to speak louder to me than God and my angels, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though it doesn't always feel safe to trust myself and to trust God, and to allow myself to connect more deeply to God, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though in the past I allowed my mind to speak louder than God, I'm now willing to realize that my ego and my mind are allowed to have a voice, and that sometimes God's whispers are a reminder for me to slow down and listen more deeply to myself. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though in the past I've made some decisions that I'm not so proud of, I'm now willing to remember that the choices I make were always the best I could do in the moment. And I'm now allowing myself to forgive myself. I was only doing the best I knew how. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. A nice deep breath in. I'm going to go top of the head. It is safe to trust myself. It is safe to trust God. Releasing the fears around trusting myself. Releasing my fears around trusting God. Embracing the possibility of trusting myself. Embracing how good it feels to surrender. Knowing it is safe to trust myself. Knowing it is safe to connect deeper with God. Back up top of the head. I am safe to trust myself. It is safe for me to merge with one with God. It is safe to be one with God. It is safe to trust myself. It is safe to trust myself. It is safe to be one with God. It is safe to surrender. I allow myself the space to surrender. A nice deep breath in. And how's everyone doing? Everybody doing all right so far? My other one okay that had their cord hit since I can't say names. So I'm really struggling because y'all are my girls. All right. You know who you are. Okay. All right. Yay. I love that. So somebody wrote, wow, whoa, man, Jamie. I heard I'm not disconnecting, I'm connecting deeper. And yes, I mean, I feel like, and, I'm not here to preach or push beliefs. It's just my personal belief. I feel like we all carry the spark of God with us. I remember the first time I heard somebody say, I am God, and I thought, oh my gosh, all my conditioning and my beliefs at the moment, it was not as, open. And I just thought, oh my God, how can you say that? How can you say you are God? But then I just, as I've kind of come in my own journey, I really feel like that the merging back to self and to soul and to source, it's like we're all one, and it's, just really realigning and reconnecting back to our soul, and that this that spark inside of us, be it a universal spark, God's spark, just whatever that may be for you. But I feel like we all carry that within us. And all right, we have more. Okay. So somebody else for it. Calm, letting go. Occasional emotions move through and then let go. Oh, thank you. I got a best script ever. And then a bit of sadness, not connecting. All right. That actually leads in perfectly on the release part as well. So if you all are ready, we'll do one more round here, unless we're guided to do more after that. So on this one, I really do want to focus on that the rest, the release, and I feel in that's when we are able to connect more, because if you think about it, no matter what belief system or not, there's usually a day of rest built in there, right? Because when we rest, we revitalize, we rejuvenate, we resource, we become more resilient. There is so, and we're in a society that, right, work 7 days a week. You want more, you work more. You want more, you work harder. You got to work, 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 work. And if you take a nap, how dare you? Like we're shamed for resting. If you're watching this or here now, you probably know that no, it actually serves a purpose. But like we do though, it's like we're guilted and we're shamed, or we're like looked at like we're crazy because we rest. And that's a new whole other cycle I'd like to burst and break, but maybe we can we'll start with that here. So as you guys are ready, again, one more nice deep breath in and letting it go. And, sorry. All right. So even though it's not okay for me to rest, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I'm not able to rest, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I don't trust God's support enough to allow myself to rest because I'm afraid something might not get done, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though there's a part of me that feels like I don't deserve to rest because I should be doing more or being more, or I have to do more to impress people and prove my worth, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though in the past I forgot how vital to my vitality it is for me to rest, I now choose to remember that it is good for me to rest. It is vital for me to rest because when I rest, I relax, I reconnect, I revisit, I resource, I allow myself to be resilient, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though sometimes it's hard for me to rest, because when I do, I feel the release. And the release can be overwhelming, or it can be uncomfortable. And I got things to do. So I don't have time to rest. I don't have time to release. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though in the past I didn't feel like I had time to rest, and I didn't feel like I had time to release, I now choose to remember that God doesn't give me any more than I can handle. And I'm able to rest, and I'm able to release, and that allows me to replenish. And it is safe for me to do. And everything will get done in the exact way it's meant to be at the exact time. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And a nice deep breath in. Big exhale. Top of the head. It is safe for me to rest. Top of the eyes. It is good for me to rest. Rest is good for me. Rest is vital for me. Under the nose, I allow myself to rest as much as I need. I rest without guilt. I rest without shame. Under the arms, I rest because I love myself. Top of the head, rest is a form of self-care. Rest allows me to reconnect. Rest allows me to replenish. Because of rest, I'm resourceful. Because of rest, I'm resilient. Because of rest, I'm rested. Because of rest, I'm rejuvenated. Because of rest, I reconnect. And a nice deep breath in. everyone feeling there? Everybody good? Oh, I see. It looks like people may be typing, so we'll. Oh, you're most welcome. Somebody said that tied everything beautifully together. Thank you. I know. I'm so used to like when I do this, I have like an hour or an hour and a half. So when we do these, I'm like, just to condense it. And I sometimes I have to be a little mindful. So I'm glad that it's kind of woven back around and all come together. Thank you for that round. Received exactly what I needed from that. Oh, good. I'm so glad. That makes me happy. And I just want to see, I think one other person, my dragon lady, maybe still typing. There it is. I thought you were typing something. I'm going by codes here, my dragon woman. The returning. Oh, yeah, returning. Yeah, perfect. All right. So I'm going to close again today with, like I did yesterday, with the ask and receive. So as you are ready, just making sure you're comfortable. I just feel like today comfort's the name of the game, right? So resting comfortably. One more time, we're going to place our hand over our heart or both, whatever feels right for you. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in. And I always love how my breaths, I don't know about for you guys, but like I breathe deeper and deeper each time we do that. I like really feel myself able to breathe more deeply. And if you guys have never done this before, just repeat after me. This is called Ask and Receive, and it's a technique that really helps bridge the conscious with the subconscious or unconscious. And I just love it. So, all right. So, repeating after me. There's a part of my being that already knows that it feels good to rest. And that part of my being is willing to inform the rest of me now. It is doing so now with grace and ease. My mind, body, and spirit are receiving this information. And this information transfer is now complete. And a nice deep breath in. I'm going to do one more today. There's a part of my being that already knows I am a magical being. And I create magic. And I leave my impact. And I leave little droplets of miracles everywhere I go. And that part of my being is willing to inform the rest of me now. It is doing so now with grace and ease. My mind, body, and spirit are receiving this information. And this information transfer is now complete. And one more nice deep breath in. Nice energy moving through. I'm just staying quiet for the moment to let it do its thing. I want to thank you all so very, very much for joining us today. To those that are here, feel free to hang a minute if you want. Once I stop the recording, because we can have our little chat. But thank you all to those that are watching in Facebook or via recording or YouTube. We appreciate you. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful week ahead. Reb will be back to finish out the remaining days, and just wish you all well and lots of magic and blessings. Be well. Thank you.